You know, Stockx got caught selling fake Nikes or whatever, you know, which could potentially happen. Me personally, I've never gone a fake from Stockx. Hey man, it's Armand Too Real in the cut on the mic, and today we're gonna be discussing a few different topics. The first topic I want to talk about is gonna be how Stockx, for like certain people who sell a lot through the app, is like not gonna have to send them to Stockx to verify them first, so they're just gonna go straight from the seller to the buyer's hands, which could be a problem, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna get into the details, but then also I want to talk about the Yuto SBs, well, the matcha or asparagus, whatever you want to call them. I'm just gonna call them the matchas because I like that name better. And then also the SB4 navies are supposed to, rumored to be shock dropping or just dropping on the Sneakers app sometime in April. I'm not sure when. I've seen a lot of videos. I probably should watch one. Well, y'all are watching my video, so then I could let y'all know in this video. But I honestly I don't think there's a set release date. I don't really think no one knows that, but y'all can let me know in the comments if y'all heard a different, but I'm pretty sure just sometime in April. It could be this week. I heard it could be next week. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get this video out ASAP. But then also the main topic I want to talk about is how the Stockx, that could be a big problem. You know, I just got an eBay, or not an eBay, I just got an email the other day from Stockx saying how they're gonna do this. Let me pop up this email real quick. Okay, I just found the email. So yeah, I'm pretty much like what I said is pretty much gonna happen. Apparently, I don't know when this is gonna start. Okay, sometime around this month in April, that they're gonna start like letting like people who are verified, like if you've been on Stockx recently, like before you buy a shoe, you'll see like the rocket emoji, like beside like certain sizes. That means like a seller who's like, you know, sold a lot on the app and like a lot of like successful sales. So, you know, they didn't get they didn't pass as fakes or nothing like that. Like every single time the seller, you know, sold something, it came through good. Okay, like I was saying, so yeah, that could be a potential problem. That's kind of like what I wanted to talk about, because, you know, Stockx has been accused. I think they were getting like sued by Nike. I don't know if that was successful. I don't know if they're successfully sued by Nike. I'm not really gonna look into all that, but I'm pretty sure Nike like opened up a lawsuit because, you know, Stockx got caught selling fake Nikes or whatever, you know, which could potentially happen. Me personally, I've never gone a fake from Stockx. I bought in like at least a dozen shoes off Stockx. Like I was actually hip to Stockx like early on, like way before everyone was using Stockx at sneaker events to, you know, determine market. Not to get off topic, but I remember going to sneaker events and people didn't even use Stockx. Like the market was just what people would pay, and it was just kind of like people just kind of knew the market if you were a sneakerhead, like what certain shoes went for, you know. So but yeah, so that's why back then, you know, actually some people would say it was better. You'd actually get shoes for cheaper, but then some people would argue who were like big into sneaker reselling and say no, it was actually better because, you know, there wasn't as many like, you know, what's the word, like people like trying to, you know, undercut each other, you know, because there wasn't an online app. So like, you know, you could like sell shoes for more actually than what you could today, like certain models. But then, you know, it's debatable. It goes like back and forth because, you know what I'm saying, like I said, some people disagree with that. But anyways, like I was saying, is I've been pretty hip to Stockx. Like I've said this in other videos. Like I remember like literally my mom like worked with someone who was like friends or something like that with like I don't know if it was the CEO of Stockx, but someone that like started Stockx, like someone who was like in the like, you know, company, and like they're based in Detroit. I'm pretty sure y'all can look this up, like literally. So it's kind of crazy how like they grew to be like one of the biggest sneaker like reselling platforms, you know, like middlemans, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like an Uber app, but for like shoes. Like it's kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like one, like they're big as like Uber, you know, which is like kind of crazy. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is Stockx, pretty much not to get off topic, because I know y'all probably clicked on the video like wondering, okay, like what's going on with the Stockx. I'm sure everyone's like kind of seen this, but if you haven't, yeah, so pretty much people who are like trusted sellers through the app, you know what I'm saying, kind of like, for example, you know, someone who's like sold at least probably, I don't know how, like what's the certain number around a shoe, like amount of shoes, but they're saying like a small group of people, which yeah, makes sense, you know. Not like everyone has like a perfect record on Stockx, because, you know, Stockx could be pretty picky sometimes. Like if the box is dinged up, they might send it back to you and say this and that, or, you know, if they look used to them, like, you know what I'm saying, because they get, like everyone knows Stockx, whenever you sell a shoe on Stockx or buy a shoe on Stockx, it takes a long time to get to you because they have to ship it to the authenticator and wherever. Like I was saying, everyone knows this. It usually takes like 14 days, which is like 2 weeks to get a pair through Stockx, because and then you have to pay a bunch of extra fees through the app, which is okay. You know, you're paying for the service, so I guess, you know, you know what I'm saying, it's okay. But yeah, and anyways, like I was saying, so it takes a minute to get your shoes, but this is gonna like expedite the process. Means you're gonna get your shoes faster from like people who are trusted sellers. So it could be good, but it also could be very bad, because, you know, someone could have a perfect record selling through Stockx, and then all of a sudden they sell a pair through Stockx, and then, you know, they sell it straight to the buyer. It's not going to an authenticator, and then, you know, that can go wrong, because then, you know, that happens a lot in the sneaker game. You know, people, in any business really. Like people have like a perfect record and then they'll have a good reputation, then they'll start like scamming, you know what I'm saying? So this can go bad, but I'm pretty sure StockX has probably thought of this. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like a buyer's like remorse or something like that, where they can, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just gonna be kind of iffy because it's not gonna be, you know, people, how would StockX know if the buyer actually got like a fake shoe? Like wonder if the buyer like sent like act like they got a fake shoe, then they sent like a fake shoe of the version pair they got, and it could have been a real, you know what I'm saying? So it could be pretty confusing. So I mean, I know like there shouldn't be too much of that like monkey business going on because you know what I'm saying, it's supposed to be like a, you know, only the people who have like a perfect record on StockX, so they have a perfect record of like selling brand new shoes. If the shoes, you know, all shoes through StockX are brand new. So I'm pretty sure that won't be the case, but you know, that could happen. You know, that's kind of a rare case, but that could happen. So yeah, but pretty much this option's only like whenever you click the express ship available. So that means like it's like extra money. Like right now I'm looking at StockX right now. I might do a screen recording, or I might show you on the screen. Like I'm looking at a black metallic in a size 11.5. If I do the express option, it's $10 more compared to the regular, which you're pretty much only paying $10. Honestly, I would actually rather pay cheaper and then wait to get your shoe, so then you could like make sure it gets authenticated. But then people have accused StockX of selling fakes. So, which, you know, like I said, I've never gotten a fake shoe from StockX. I think that might be some, but like, yeah, I think that might be some BS. You know, I think that might be some BS. Not gonna lie, I don't think that's happened. But then again, StockX verifies so many shoes. There has been a viral video of someone like at a sneaker event, and there was like a StockX booth, and like the kids at the StockX booth were literally like kids my age authenticating shoes, and some kid said a shoe was real when they were fake, and the person brought it up to him and knew it was fake and just wanted to see, like, test them and see if they could tell if it was fake or not. So yeah, so you never know. You know, there's so many shoes that goes through StockX. Those authenticators see so many shoes, like, you know, it's kind of, you know, I could definitely see a fake maybe passing through. But at the same time, it could be some BS, you know, people just making up stuff, but you never know. But anyways, I remember whenever like StockX first was getting popular, I remember seeing ads of like the ad would be like, I'm sorry if I'm trying to like, all right, we tune back in, but pretty much the StockX authenticator would be like in like some clean office, like authenticating the shoe, like it was like kind of like something new, you know, that wasn't a thing. StockX kind of started that, then eBay kind of followed, and all the other apps. You know, StockX was the pioneer that like to like authenticate shoes for the buyer before like they got, you know, shipped from the seller. So, well, the seller ships just off, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, so yeah, that's kind of everything I want to talk about that topic. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Hopefully I tried to explain it to the best of my abilities. But yeah, I'm kind of stumbling over my words. But then the next thing I kind of want to talk about is SB4s. Like I said, they're supposed to release either this week or next week. I'm sure they'll come out next week. This week, this Saturday, in 2 days, we have the MatchA Yuto SBs dropping. So I'm pretty excited for that release. My skate shop literally posted first come first serve today, but they're like an hour away. So it's not really my skate shop because it's like an hour and 20 minutes away from me. And if you live in Florida, you know, traffic is not, you know, being on these Florida roads, driving long distances is, you know what I'm saying, if you could avoid it, you should just avoid it. Plus, they're not going for that much money, but I do have the original Yuto, so I would, if I could get my size 13, you know, it would have been pretty cool to get that pair. But honestly, I probably would have flipped them because I like the original Yutos better. And I'm trying to cut down on my personals, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to have too many like similar shoes, and then I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So it would be cool to complete the pack or whatever, but I really don't care about that. I just, whatever one I like better. So I like the original ones better. I don't really need the matchas. But the matchas are cool. I remember seeing them early, like last year, and I was like, dang, I really definitely need these because green's my favorite color, and they're like a green Yuto with the pink laces too. Like, so I was thinking I needed them, but honestly, now I'm thinking about it, I really don't need them. So, but we'll have to see whenever I get them in hand. My only option for these is really gonna be sneakers because I didn't hit any skate shop raffles, and I did not feel like driving an hour, 20 minutes for first come, first serve, and potentially not even getting my size because I really would only want to get them if I got like a 12 or 13. It wouldn't really make sense for me to get any other size. I know like the other sizes are going for around $200, but like retail's like $135, so you're paying like $140. I'm driving like an hour. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, though, I don't want to ramble too long in this video. Then the SB4s, I'm really like, I hope they drop on sneakers. I know it's like a very slim chance you could hit on them, but I did hit on the brick by brick Jordan 4s, but I knew that was kind of a unicorn. You know, I know that's not like something very common to hit on a shoe like that on the sneakers app. It's kind of like hitting the lottery. So I'm very thankful to hit those brick by brick Jordan 4s on the sneakers app. And this is another thing I want to talk about. I don't want to make this video too long. Let me see how long this video has been real quick. Okay, yeah, I don't want to ramble too long in this video, but if you haven't seen my recent videos, me selling the brick by brick Jordan 4s recently, go check out that video. I'm ending off the video here. I did want to kind of talk about another topic, which was about the brick by bricks, but I don't want to make the video too long. So yeah, drop a like, drop a sub, hit the notification bell. Peace.